All right, Shalom, Brother Rock, coming to you another video. Before I move forward, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the 100% truth according to the Bible and who rule well. Double shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the truth and sincerity, regardless of whom here forbears. Another World War III update, okay, because World War III will happen in your lifetime. Another article that comes out recently today from ABC, okay, ABC 7 to be exact. It says 3,500 more troops from Fort Bragg's 82nd Airborne Division to deploy to Middle East. Okay, it says Fort Bragg, North Carolina. A U.S. official confirms to ABC News that approximately 3,500 more troops from Fort Bragg's 82nd Airborne Division will deploy to the Middle East, leaving the military installation as early as this weekend. It says the decision is in anticipation of a possible retaliatory attack by Iran or its proxies for a U.S. airstrike near Baghdad's airport that killed a top Iranian general who had been the architect of its interventions across the Middle East. Okay, it says the killing of General Qasem Soleimani, the head of Iran elite Quds force, marked a major escalation in the standoff between Washington and Iran, which has careened from one crisis to another since Donald Trump withdrew from the 2015 nuclear deal and imposed crippling sanctions. Okay, and this is all prophecy. So we living in some beautiful times. The so-called New Year 2020 just arrived, and we already, the Lord's already bringing forth, more prophecies. So, but without further ado, I want to bring out some precepts. All right, it says the Book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past. Okay, the second woe meaning World War II. Okay, that's old news, that's past. It says, and behold, meaning to look, to see. The third woe cometh quickly. And we're seeing it be made manifest right before our eyes. More troops are being sent, since the general over there in Iran was killed, man. Okay, and as a counterattack, they're expecting the Iranians to pretty much retaliate to that, man. Okay, but this is the third woe coming quickly, and the Lord building up the spirit of these leaders to be at odds with one another. Not only to be at odds, but to actually bring forth a physical nuclear battle is what it will ultimately result in. Okay, let's see. All right, the book of Salakia, bear with me. The book of Proverbs, okay, because the Lord is doing all these things, man. The Lord's controlling the scene, controlling the things that are going on. All right, and the scriptures say man's goings is of the Lord. How then does a man understand his own way? Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. These leaders are being controlled by the Yahweh Shai. That word heart goes back to the Hebrew word lab, which means your mind. So the Lord is storing up the minds of these leaders to get in a spirit of war, okay, to be ready for battle, combat. Why? Because we're in the times where the prophecies are clearly speaking, okay, of World War III and all the other pending destruction, perilous times and plagues the Lord is bringing forth to this world, this earth, mainly here in America. So Proverbs 21:1, it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And we're seeing that the Lord is sparking up the fire between these nations, man, to ultimately be prepared for battle. Okay, and this battle will not be fought like ancient battles. This battle is going to be fought much more differently, man. Okay, let me see. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, Okay, now you think about the ancient movies like Trojan, is it the Trojan horse movie, Troy? You think about the Gladiator. You know, when they were in battle, they would battle against each other. You're hearing swords clinging against the shields. You know, helmets made out of steel. You know, you're hearing the clinging sounds and stabbings, whole bunch of yelling going on. Okay, that's how the ancient wars were fought. Okay, it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And where is that burning and fuel of fire coming from? Thermonuclear missiles, man. ICBM missiles are going to be shot off to here in America. Okay, America is going to shoot off their missiles as well. All right, and some of their missiles will damage certain places. Okay, of the targets where those missiles will be shot off. But the point is, ultimately, this battle is going to be fought from the ICBM missiles, and America will be laid desolate. And this is, as you're seeing, is the brew up of the ultimate destruction, annihilation of America. Okay, the downfall of this wicked, sinful kingdom. Okay, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. You know, it's going to get to a point where you're going to be seeing and hearing about more proxy wars. You know, and then ultimately the Lord is going to bring forth these nations to gather up in the valley of Yahweh, okay, Yahweh's judgment over there in the Middle East, and it's going to be a bloodthirsty bath amongst these nations. They're even talking about Iran closing up the Strait of Hormuz, which controls a good portion or majority of the barrels of oil that's being traded through that small strait in that area. Okay, and that's going to cause a major conflict with the U.S. because U.S. is such a greedy nation of people. These Edomites, they want to control that area. Okay, but the Lord's put on the spirit of these Iranians to be in a mindset of war. Okay, but going back to the article, it says the official indicated the troops will likely join the 750 soldiers from the 82nd who already arrived in Kuwait. All right. Okay. It says the U.S. also deployed about 100 Marines to the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad on New Year's Eve. A senior U.S. Department of Defense official also told ABC News that some members of the 173rd Airborne Brigade combat team in Vicenza, Italy, have been placed on a high alert or on alert status to possibly deploy to the Middle East. They would likely go to protect the U.S. Embassy in Lebanon, one of the countries where ABC reported there were imminent attacks on American interests. The officials said fewer than 1,000 troops would likely be deployed. Okay, and these are the times we're in, man. You can't make this stuff up. It's all happening, and we just started the new year. Okay, a so-called new year, as we know, Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And we're living in a point in time, the end of Esau, the so-called white man's rulership. With that comes death, destruction, high alert of war activity, race riots, World War III, diseases at an all-time high, earthquakes at an all-time high. You know, this is the point of time that we are in. The prophecies are speaking loud and clear, and the Lord is not a man that he should lie. When you're seeing these words are being justified by the actions that the Lord is taking, that the Lord is allowing to take place here on the earth and orchestrating here on earth, clearly shows that the prophecies are speaking loud and clear. Okay, it says, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And the Lord is speeding up time for the elect's sake. You know, Lord willing, we're part of that fold. We're seeing these things happen right before our eyes. Okay, I want to bring out this last precept, and I'm going to close out on this. I'm just excited about the times we in, because as these things continue to take place, of the prophecies that are manifesting, that means that the kingdom comes next, man. Once the prophecies, the end time prophecies are completed. Okay. 2 Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Okay, and how we measure the times diligently? By keeping up with what's going on in the news. whether it's ABC, NBC, you got a lot of underground news networks, RT News, you know, and then we're linking up the things that are going on in the news around the world with what the Bible spoke of. Okay, the scripture say, before they spring forth, I tell you of them. So the Lord is telling us that these things is going to happen, and we're able to measure the times by studying the Word and actually applying to the things that are going on in these times. That's how you measure out the time diligently in itself. Okay, it says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which we've been seeing uproars at a high, uproars of the people at an all-time high. All right, Lebanon over there in Iraq, Iran, France, with the yellow vest, Haiti. Okay, you got uproars in Hong Kong, all over, man. Okay, why? Because we're in the appointed time. The end prophecies are speaking loud and clear. It says, and then not to mention earthquakes at an all-time high, man. Can't make this stuff up, man. It's all happening right before our eyes. It says, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand. See, the Lord is making it clear to the hopeful elect, where the hopeful elect is clearly understanding the times that we in. Most people are making a joke of this, man. You got a lot of people on social media making a joke, making light of it, and you got a lot of jakes who are actually standing behind the decision Trump is making. We stand behind the decision Trump is making because we know that he has to make, the Lord is going to put on his spirit to make this decision, ultimately bring forth World War III, and that's closer for us to get to the kingdom. But majority of our people actually think that that America is going to cease and be the big bully that it always has been, and people are going to go back to their hiding places, man. When the Lord clearly is going to rise up these nations to come against America. Okay, but 2/3 nation Israel, they don't understand that. The hopeful elect well understands it, truly understands it, I should say. It says, 2 Ezra 9:4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spoke of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay, and there you have it. There's another update of World War III. Beautiful times. With that being said, before I close out, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the 100% truth according to the Bible and who rule well. Double shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the truth and truth in sincerity. Shalom.